こんにちは皆さん、お元気ですか? Hello, how are you? Today I'm going to talk about Buddhism. Why I'm talking about Buddhism and Shintoism like that? Because if we are practicing Buddha, I think it's very, very important to understand these Japanese religions because there are lots of relationships. And if you don't understand anything about these cultures, I think it's not enough to practice only Buddha because there are so lots of things that you must understand. So today it's Buddhism. Well, Shintoism was born in Japan. That was the original religion in Japan. But Buddhism, it's not like that. Buddhism was born in India in about 5 centuries before Christ. But in Japan, Buddhism came in 538. So it means from the born of the Buddhism in India till it came to Japan, it passed 10 centuries. Quite a lot of time, so long time. Buddhism came to Japan through India, China, Korea, and Japan. And each country has got its own influence. So the Buddhism in Japan is totally different from the Buddhism in India. So we're going to see what kind of difference or how is Buddhism in Japan so that you can understand our culture much better. There's one big difference about this Buddhism from the other religions. That is that Buddhists don't believe in a God, don't believe in a creator of the world like any other religions. So it's a big difference, right? Well, Buddhism in India, first we pray at the Buddha, but Buddha is not the God. Buddha is the person. Buddha was the person. Well, Buddha, he was a prince of the one area of India. So he was so rich, he had everything he wanted. So he was a prince, but he lived in his palace and he didn't know anything about the outside of the palace, how the people lived. So he wanted to know. So he wanted to go out of the palace, and then he saw very poor people. He saw the people dying, and he saw lots of misery. So he thought, why there is so much suffering in the world? I didn't know anything about that. So he wanted to know, and he escaped the palace. Then he tried to understand everything, this world. So this is very superficially, but he understood at the end. So it means he arrived at his nirvana, and that's that enlightenment. Then he taught this kind of philosophy to his disciplines. That is Buddhism. So this is a very short explanation. So in the Buddhism, you don't believe in the God, but you think you can get to this nirvana, this perfect state, just by meditating. So meditation is very important in Buddhism. Meditation. It's like nowadays meditation is very popular, but meditation is the core thing in the Buddhism. And it's not easy to get to this nirvana. So maybe only one life is not enough. So in India, at first they believed in incarnation. Incarnation, it means the birth and the death, but in one life, this person didn't understand or didn't reach the nirvana. So then this person is gonna get born again. So reborn. Then the second life again, because the life is to learn something. So you must learn in whole your life to get to this understanding. But maybe in the second life it's not enough. So again, after the death, reborn as a different person or maybe different things. Then you are going to understand. But finally, when you reach the nirvana, then this person is not going to reborn again anymore, because this person got to that place, that perfect place. So that was how people believed in Buddhism in India. But in Japan, it's quite different, because maybe we don't believe in incarnation, but maybe yes, but it depends on the persons. And we pray to our ancestors in Buddha. So it's a little bit different, because in Japan, Shintoism, there are lots of gods, 8 million of gods. In Buddhism, there's no god. But in Japan, we accept everything. And yes, there are lots of gods. In Buddhism, there's no god, only Buddha, only this place of nirvana, and we can get that by meditation. So meditation is so important. So everything mixed up, that in Japan. But we believe in one of these things, and here too, like that. This is our culture. This word Otera, or maybe you say only Tera. When we add O, this is for respect, Otera. Otera is temple, Buddhist temple. In Buddhism, Hotoke 教えます。仏教, this Hotoke is Buddha. 教えます. To teach, the things that teach the Buddha. That is Buddha. Otera is the place for Buddhism. And Otera is the place where they are so peaceful place, so peaceful, and that inspire so much calmness. It's ideal for the meditation. This is Otera. And do you remember? Please don't get confused with Ginja, because Ginja was from Shinto. Shinto was Shintoism. Do you remember? And Ginja, this is sanctuary. Shinto is sanctuary of Shintoism. This is Ginja, and it's very different, Ginja and Otera. This word zazen means sitting meditation. So we meditate, we are sitting, and we meditate long time. So this is one of the way of Buddhism in Japan, and this was taught by Dogen, the priest Dogen-san. Well, this Zen, you know Zen already, I think. But Zen, this it means sitting, to sit. Well, we usually use this kanji, suwarimasu, to sit. But the original kanji is this one. The first one, Zen, this one. And this one is we use to say sit down, suwarimasu. But why you can write in both ways. Both ways are correct. This kanji, the original one, was not included in Toyo kanji. That's why we can use this one, because this one was included. What is this Toyo kanji? Well, Toyo kanji this was 1,850 kanjis, and that were very common, and that those kanjis were very used so often. So these kanjis were chosen in 1946 by the Japanese government. Well, 1946, this is just after the Second World War. So in that year, the Japanese government chose 1,850 kanjis, and there this kanji was not included. So we used this kanji, but both kanjis are correct. So sitting meditation. And also we say only Zen, the short way, Zen, like you know, Zen. So Zen is the Buddhist idea of the meditation. This is Zen. Nowadays, meditation is very popular. Meditation and mindfulness, like that. But those were the Buddhism idea, the Zen. And here, it's the relation with martial arts, Budo. Because Budo, the spirituality of the Budo, the martial arts, is really from the Zen. For example, like Mushin, Mushin, empty your mind. Or also the other one, Meikyo Shisui, the very clearness. Well, I already talked about Mushin Meikyo Shisui in one of my karate videos, and I'm gonna show you this video in the description below this video if you want to watch this video, because I talked in one video about this kind of things, Mushin. Okay, so I think maybe that's gonna help you. This word, Posatsu. Well, these kanjis are quite difficult, right? Well, if there's this kanji, I can read, this is a Posatsu. But when I have to write Posatsu in kanji, then I didn't remember. So I had to see how it's like that to make this video. So it's quite difficult. So we Japanese, we don't know everything by memories. Sometimes we forget. Posatsu. Well, Posatsu, this is a very special person. Well, we admire Posatsu and we pray in the image of the Posatsu in Japan. Well, Posatsu, these are the persons who can go to nirvana, because their spirit are so high, so they can get to nirvana, but they decide not to get to nirvana, and instead they stay in this world to help the others to get to the nirvana, or help the others from this difficult world, or so much suffering. So they try to help. All they want to do is to help, and they want to take off their suffering. So these kind of persons were Posatsu. So we really love this Posatsu, so compassionate. In Japanese Buddhism, we've got Ojisama. We love Ojisama. This is Jizo statues made of stones. There are lots of Ojisama all over Japan, not only in Ginjas or not only in the temple, but maybe the side of the street, or in many places. I think if you went to Japan, Maybe you saw some Ojisama, I guess. Well, Ojisama, their form is like a children because Ojisama are guardian for children, but also not only for children, for everybody in need. Ojisama can change their forms and they help you. Maybe you don't know that was Ojisama, but they help you. Well, there are many fairy stories in Japan about Ojisama, and they are very precious stories. They help the people in need. Well, Ojisama have got red bib and red cape in many occasions, not all the time, but in many occasions. Because the color red in Japan, do you remember? When I talked about tori in the other video, tori gate, the color red. The red has got lots of power. Do you remember? Here again, red is the color. It's like an amulet or talisman. And they take the bad spirits away. That kind of the force, that kind of energy has got the color red. And also the red color was considered like very pure and very correct and the right and pure color in before. So that's why Ojisama has got red bib and red cape. In Shinto shrine, there's tori gate in the gate. But in Buddhism, there's no tori gate. Instead, there's mon. Mon, this is the gate, but not tori gate, mon. And in many temples, but not all the temples, there are Nyosama. Nyosama are two persons or two deities of guardians. They are the guardians of the temples. 1 and 2. And they've got very fierce, very scary face because they are guardians and so they are so strong. And this Nyosama, one of them has got his mouth open and the other closed. These are the Nyosama. But this is only in the temple, in the Buddhist temple, because in Shintoism, there are guardians too, but they are not Nyosama. In Ginja, those guardians are usually animals, like the dogs or the fox, like these kind of things. But in Buddhist temple, there are Nyosama in the big temples. For example, I'm from Tokyo, so I remember Asakusa temple in Asakusa. There are Nyosama, two deities, one and the other one. Asakusa is a very famous, very touristic place. So maybe you went there, and if you go to there, you can see Nyosama in the gate. In the previous video, I explained how to pray at a shrine. So today, I explain how to pray at the temple because it's slightly different. Do you remember in the shrine, we clapped our hands twice, but here in the temple, we don't clap our hands. So let me explain you. The first in front, we bow. So this is a greeting. And then we ring the bell. Gong, with this sound. And after, we offer our money, some change. And then, both hands together, we pray. And after the praying, we bow again. Then we leave. So it's easier than in shrine, right? That is the way how to pray at a shrine. Shrine, no, at a temple. Sorry. Did you like this video? If so, please don't forget to give me a like. And if you share my videos with your friends, that helped me a lot. And I'm going to continue in the next video about more cultures like this. For example, what's the really difference between shrine and temples, and how we live our lives in Japan? What kind of celebrations according to shrine, or according to the Buddhism, or according to Shintoism? So lots of our culture. It's very good to understand Japanese people and Japan. So I think it's gonna help you. This is gonna be the next week. And so please share my videos with your friends, and that helped me a lot. If you didn't subscribe my channel yet, please subscribe my channel. 今日もここまで見てくださってどうもありがとうございます。ぜひチャンネル登録といいねボタン、そしてお友達と私のビデオをシェアしていただけたらとても嬉しいです。ではまた会いましょう。またね。バイバイ。